Look at Hoshi who's at the back, and he's going to need to do better than that if he wants to stay relevant in this competition. And he does as he cuts across Pepper, puts himself in front of Piggy Smalls as well and gets second. But Hoshi and Ginger on the near side are starting to pull forward. Hoshi cleans it nicest and he's in front in the second hurdle. But now Ginger changes places, and I think she's going to cross the line first. Ginger looks to have the better start out of the two of them here as they approach the first hurdle. But now Hoshi gets level with her as they get to the water. But Hoshi supremely works out the water nicely there, and he's going to put him in a great position to win the championship. Hello and welcome to League of Pigs. It's season 5, which means if you haven't seen season 4, I really recommend it highly. It's a stellar season, and the photo you're seeing here is just a taste of what that season has to offer. But for those who have, let's push on in our pursuit to find the greatest pig racer that has ever lived. And before we do so, just a quick announcement on the handicap situation. Ginger's handicap will almost be completely removed. There may be 1 or 2 races, but it's pretty much gone now. But Piggy Smalls' handicap will still remain. I know that upsets Piggy Smalls fans, so does the league, so they must feel strongly if they're to keep that in place. With all that said, let's head on with the racing. The first race of the season begins, and Pepper Sanchez gets a sprinter's start here, and she's right out compared to everybody else, but that sprinter's start doesn't extend over the hurdle as she trips. And now Hoshi uses the water to his advantage and puts himself in front of Pepper here, and I think he's going to get the win. He does, and Ginger gets second, just like last season. Piggy Smalls gets the final podium position, and poor Pepper, who started way ahead of everybody else, finds herself in 4th. I have no idea how that happened. Bear is the only one with any consistency who started off slow and carried on slow. You can see Pepper struggling with that first hurdle, and as she gets to the water, Hoshi takes advantage, overtakes. She's still second by the time she leaves the water, but then in the final half, Ginger and Piggy Smalls just show how much speed they've got and overtake Pepper without much effort. Takes Bear a second to realise that the bucket isn't edible, and she wanders into the garden. She's normally the quickest in out of all of them. This is a common sight to see Bear leading the way. But she's not leading away in the competition, is she? Many people expect Bear to win this season, given that the other 4 have each won a season. And if you think that's how it works, then Bear is certainly leaving it quite late. She's normally pretty poor in round 1, and she started off that way, but let's see if that continues. The second race begins, and once again Pepper Sanchez gets the best start here. It just shows her sprinting skill, but the others are catching up now. But they're approaching a new obstacle here, and Hoshi takes it the best as he summits it and comes down the descent here, and he's in first. He's crossing the line again, and Ginger gets second. I'm not too sure who got third. To be fair, the points are a little bit slow, but Hoshi... Oh, there's no points given, and that means that there's some problem here that the adjudicators have seen. I haven't. Let's see what happens on the replay, but this is very unusual. There's normally a clean-cut decision. They're running down. Nothing wrong here. And then Ginger slips around the back of Bear and goes round the new obstacle, which I'm being told now is called Mini Mountain. Is that in the rules? Can she do that? But surely we can't just carry on without the points. Apparently not. Apparently we're just going to carry on. All right, let's go. What we are seeing here is the first ever Asian pig to win the pig championship, Hoshi, and his momentum has certainly carried over into season 5 as he wins every single race of the season. Granted, there's only been 2 races, but still. Other than that, not much has changed for Hoshi, including Hoshi's dimensions, which haven't increased that much over the previous season. That's unusual for Hoshi because he is a bit of an endomorph. But it looks like he's addressing the problem by trying to eat as much foliage as he can before the next race. So let's head over there now and hope that the officials have got their act together. The pin's pulled and the door's taking a while to drop, but Bear rides it all the way down and gets a great start because of it as well. She's a whole pig length in front as they reach Mini Mountain here, and she's going to climb it, but you can see Ginger right at the back has gone round the side again, and Bear set a record. Ginger comes in 4th. I think she would have done better had she not been trapped behind Pepper, but it's an absolute... And there we go again. There's no points. What's going on? Is this amateur hour? Is this what it's come to? It's not horse racing. We don't just make this stuff up as we go along. Just check the rule book, give us the regulation, and then we know where we stand. I can't even blame the little ginger pig for trying it now, because there's been no definitive answer at all. Anyway, let's have a look at the replay. You can see Bear gets a fantastic start and doesn't let it go either. Ginger would have done better, but you can see Hoshi has pushed Pepper and Ginger over, and that's taken all the speed off. Otherwise, she would have done better, I think. But at this point, we have no idea where we stand with anything right now. But brilliant performance from Bear, that has to be said. Bear is digging up the paddock once again, and the owner of the paddock would go absolutely ballistic if they saw this. And it's not just Bear digging up the paddock, it's all of them, as you can see just behind her. And it's going to cause the league no end of problems if they can't find a solution, and that solution needs to come soon as well. It's actually making me feel a bit stressed just watching it. So we're going to stop now. I'm going to head over to the next race. The sprint race begins, and Piggy Smalls, Bear and Pepper get out the best, but Piggy Smalls is just a snout ahead of everybody else. But Ginger on the far side is coming forward along with Bear as well, and we know how strong her finishers can be. But I think Piggy Smalls still held the lead there as he crossed the line. Yes, he did. Ginger gets second, and Bear gets the final podium position there. And there we go again with the points. And professionalism has walked out the door today with this league, as the officials are seemingly on lunch. And I cannot apologise enough to the viewers at home and to the pigs who have been left in the lurch this whole round of racing. Let's just put this all behind us. It's everybody's favourite Latina, it's Pepper Sanchez, and she's another pig that's only put on a few pounds since last season, so she still remains a very small pig. And I'm being told right now that there's a league update and bound, and there it is. Decision, no penalty. Ginger will not receive a penalty for the following reasons. While the course design implies that competitors should go over Mini Mountain, it is not explicitly stated, and Ginger did not leave the track. But they are warning that moving forward, competitors must ascend and descend Mini Mountain, or they will be disqualified. And you can see the points from the previous races just at the bottom there, along with the total amount of points, which means that Ginger is in second for this round. Ginger gets away with it, of course she does, but most importantly, we can continue this round with clarity. The fifth race begins, and this time Ginger and Smalls are handicapped, but Pepper gets the best start as we've seen this whole round. Now Hoshi takes over with a great jump over that hurdle, and he goes into the water, and there's no way Hoshi's going to lose this given the performance he's been doing this whole round, and he doesn't as well. And Piggy Smalls manages to get the final podium position, which is pretty good to say how far back he was. But Hoshi Oinku is on fire right now. 40 points in race 5 is a huge amount of points to get. And on this replay, you can see that he overtakes Pepper on that hurdle. But the biggest loser is Ginger, actually. And you can see that in the water, Ginger tries to go round Bear on the far side. But Bear is, in the meantime, trying to get to the shallow side of the water. And that's really unfortunate for Ginger, who slows off massively and ends up just with 1 point. It's the pig everybody's talking about this round. Ginger Hamilton gets away with it. And I think the indecision from the adjudicators actually went in her favour in the end. But also, Ginger's been very good, along with all the others, in not digging up the back garden. So that's one bastion of hope we have for this whole digging debacle. Anyway, let's go and see the second to last race. Pins pull, the door goes down immediately. Bear gets the best start, but 3 others are with her as well. But Hoshi's coming forward, and he's cleared that first hurdle. Lovely to put him on his own. And he's on his own for the second one, and he's going to win this race. And it was a foregone conclusion by the halfway point, like it was in race 5. Hoshi Oinku is on 50 points, and we haven't even finished the round. He is in a different league right now. Just look at him clear that first jump and distance himself from everybody else, including Ginger, for crying out loud. We know Ginger's a good jumper, but she's looking second rate in this round. Piggy Smalls believes the grass is greener on the other side, but the track side hasn't been that kind to Piggy Smalls this round, as he scores an average amount of points. And he could have got a few more places higher, even given his handicap, and challenged Hoshi a bit more in this round. But let's see if he does that in this final race. The final race begins, and Pepper gets a good start, so does Ginger and Bear as well. Hoshi's at the back, and Piggy Smalls is coming forward though on the far side, and he enters Mini Mountain first, and he leaves it as well first, but Hoshi's also in tow. Piggy Smalls gets the win there, and that's the Piggy Smalls we want to see at the league. One that comes from behind and is at front by the halfway point. Only Hoshi gave him any difficulty, who is on fire right now, so that makes total sense. but he finishes the round strong. And you can see there on Mini Mountain, actually, that they've changed it so that Ginger doesn't come off. What a round we've had. Well, Mr. Oinku, you have impressed us. 57 points is a mighty amount of points. S'mores gets second after that strong last race. Ginger manages to get 37 points, having never won a race, and actually coming last in one of them. And Bear gets fourth, although in fairness, 30 points isn't terrible for Bear. Pepper is probably not going to be her season, but who knows. Please, join us for round 2, and if you can forgive us for the mistakes we made earlier, then please consider subscribing, even hitting that notification bell or the like button, because it really helps us out.